It fits perfectly into the Star Wars world. It fits perfectly into the Star Wars. It fits perfectly into the Star Wars. It fits perfectly into the Star Wars. It fits perfectly into this Star Wars.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I just have a question for you guys. For EA, I'm not even gonna blame Respawn. I'm just not, because I think you guys did an epic job on this game. Honestly, well done, EA. Right? How long did you guys have? How long were you guys working on this game? Okay, interesting, interesting. Why was this just? I really need you to get your shit together, right? Here's the thing. You guys always have really good concepts for games, right? Really good ideas. But the execution, just as important. And you guys always find a way to fuck up. How long did you guys work on this game? Genuine question. Let me tell you why I'm asking this, right? There shouldn't be this many glitches in a game like this. There just shouldn't be. And the glitching was at parts that didn't make sense, right? I wasn't like in a fight with the boss. I wasn't running around doing stupid shit, right? For it to be glitching. I was walking. I was walking around with BD1, jumping on some vines. Which another thing. Why is it that I have to press L2 every fucking time? Why? Explain to me. I'm just gonna jump right into it, right? Here's the thing with this game. The good stuff, it's epically good, like really, really good, right? And the bad stuff, really not that bad. And in my opinion, really easy to fix too. It's just kind of embarrassing at this point for EA not to take it as seriously, because I feel like this should have been looked at and reviewed and executed properly prior to releasing, right? I would have honestly waited another month, if it meant the game would have less glitches. Now, I've heard apparently some people have it more than others, which sucks, right? I don't know if it differs platform to platform, like Xbox, PS4, PC, or just random. I really don't know. I just didn't see a reason for it. It doesn't make me like the game anymore. But I'll be honest, it doesn't make me like the game any less at the same time. And here's why. Once again, the good stuff is really, really good. This is by far one of my favorite Star Wars stories ever told. Out of anything, out of any material you can find for Star Wars, movies, other games, graphic novels, this story is really, really good, and it makes it worth it. Everything. But besides that, the gameplay is just fantastic. One of my favorite things was the customization that you get to do. From the outfits to the lightsaber, I think that's just awesome. It's such an awesome idea. It really sets off this vibe. This is your player. This is your lightsaber. Even though it doesn't really make a difference when it comes to fighting with it, because it's just literally skins for the lightsaber, it's still kind of cool to be able to put your touch on it. One of the things I wasn't really a fan of were the ponchos. I mean, out of every outfit, you could have had cool jackets. I didn't really care every time I unlocked another color for the poncho. I almost cared more about the undershirt. I thought that was all right. That was efficient. I would have taken 16 colors of those, not the ponchos. The skins for BD1, pretty damn dope. The skins for the Mantis, also dope. So I thought that was fun. Once again, that you get to do that and just kind of throw your touch on it. Made it feel a lot more personal. So I appreciated that. The villains in this game, honestly, I really wanted to see Darth Vader in this game. I did. But at the same time, I did not want him to be in the main villain. I didn't want him to be the final fight. I didn't want him to have that much of an impact on the story. And that's exactly what ended up happening. What I mean by that is he was not the main villain. He was not the final fight. Well, in a way, he kind of was the final fight, quote unquote, but not really. And he didn't have that much of an impact on the story. He was there, and I thought that was freaking awesome. I mean, I loved seeing him come on screen. It was kind of spoiled for me prior on YouTube, unfortunately. Everything with him was just epic. I loved the fact that he was in the game. I love the fact that that's how, Cal ends up connecting to this world of Star Wars that we all know and grew up with, So I thought that was awesome. BD1, man, fucking cute. Honestly, he's my favorite droid. He is, absolutely. Now that I think about it, he's so just the conversations I'd have with him. I honestly wish I would have had more conversations with him. I think I was taking him for granted at one point until he gets taken away from me and we're both locked in separate cells. I almost lost my shit. I remember while I was playing, I turned to my wife and I said, I feel very, very lonely. And keep in mind, the whole game, for the most part, besides when you're traveling on the Mantis, with Sierra and Grease, you are alone. You're traveling, you're walking around these planets, and you're pretty much alone for the most part, besides, the creatures and the stormtroopers that you run into. But BD1 is really there for you the entire time. You don't feel alone, like really alone, until he gets taken away from you. And it's not just that. It's also because he's a huge part of the game. You're using his map. You pretty much hit the pad, and his map appears wherever you are. And it's your GPS pretty much. From the planets in this game, I found a little hard to navigate certain planets more than others. I don't know if the game was designed purposely for you to kind of stick to the objective, and then maybe you go back after you finish the game and explore more, or it was just poor map design on their end. I really don't know. I did like the planets. I really did. I enjoyed most of them. But I just found it hard to explore and then go back to the objective, back and forth, back and forth. I found that very hard to do. And it would have been a lot harder without BD1. So that's why you're my favorite, bud. Game of the Year contender for sure. It might already be my game of the year. Honestly, I haven't had this much fun playing a single player game in forever. Really appreciate what Ian responded with this game. And I don't know if we're going to get a sequel out of it. If we do, I hope we get something like a trilogy, right? To where the third and final game ends either right before the events of Rogue One or ends right where Rogue One ends and then, A New Hope starts. Something about that too. The cameos in this game, right? When I saw fucking Forrest Whitaker pop up on my screen, I lost my shit. I was like, no fucking way. At that point, I think we had already gotten the Obi-Wan cameo, where that was fucking awesome. And that's straight from the Clone Wars, I love that part, and I was really excited to see what else we were going to get to see. I thought maybe we get to see Yoda. We do get a mention of Yoda's name at some point. We don't see him on screen at all. I was a little confused on what part of time we were at, but then the story kind of ties together and you start understanding this is a few years before Rogue One takes place. So yeah, man, that was awesome. So the cameos in this game were awesome. All the villains, the sisters, the second sister, the ninth sister, and Trilla's backstory. I thought that was awesome. This was such a good story. Honestly, I'm telling you, man, if they made this into a movie or a TV show, I think it would be one of the more compelling Star Wars stories, especially with the fans being divided in recent years, I'm not one of those fans. I loved episode 7. I loved episode 8 even more. But I could see why people had gripes with it. But I think everyone will be on the same side with this game. Story-wise, gameplay, the combat, all the cool shit you get to do with the lightsaber. They make the lightsaber so fucking dope in this game. I literally felt like I don't know what I would be without it. Just really cool how you progress in this game too. You really feel like you earn most of the things you're equipped with, whether it's being able to customize your lightsaber, and at some point you get the 2 blades for the lightsaber. One thing I thought was fucking cool in the way they incorporated it was there were certain skills that you can unlock through the skill tree or whatever, using your points. You only unlocked through his memory, through flashbacks, like running on the wall or whatever, on the side of the wall, grabbing things, right? Like grabbing the ropes, grabbing this, grabbing that. The sliding, all the sliding bullshit looks so fucking cool in the trailers. It fucking sucks in the game, honestly. They make it so hard. I fell off the slide so many times. I lost a lot of lives falling off those slides. At certain points in the game, I'd fall about 3-4 times on the same route or whatever you want to call it. So that fucking sucked. Completely pointless in my opinion. There was actually this one part in the game where I was in a fight and I fall over the ledge and I land on a slide and it takes me completely away from the objective. So yeah, that was dumb. But besides that, there was one part where I was about to jump right after I think sliding, and I was supposed to grab a rope, and then there's a flashback and it shows you in training, grabbing, I forgot what you were grabbing onto, but that's how you unlock that, that power, if you will. So I thought that was awesome. Just like any Star Wars movie, it's the characters that really make it. The characters are really, really likable. I thought Seer's story and how it wrapped up was freaking dope. I thought she was interesting to begin with. I didn't really find anything exciting about her though, because I thought we had already learned all we had to learn about her. Like in the first couple hours of playing, you start seeing how her and Trilla had a past, how they both impacted each other. It's not just, oh, Trilla got left, she's joined the dark side. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more personal than that. And the game does a really good job at showing that, and you play through that, and you're experiencing that. You're experiencing what Trilla goes through. You're experiencing, how Seer currently feels. Another one of my favorite characters was Grease. He's so funny and he's a nervous wreck. That's the vibe I got off of him. I'd really like to know more about his past. I thought he was a nice touch to the game. So yeah, just having that crew, having BD1 there, man, lifesaver. He literally ends up saving my life at one point in the game. Actually, it was my first fight with the second sister. He ends up blocking the laser cells and yeah, saves my ass. So very, very grateful for BD1. Another recommendation, and this is probably my favorite thing about the game, is the level of difficulty, right? So you get story mode, you get Jedi Knight, you get Jedi Master, and then you get Jedi Grandmaster. So I started the game on Jedi Master, and let me tell you, it takes you forever if you're going that route. It really does. I remember I was talking to one of my friends, and he had been in the game, and I had started the same time he did. And I was like, dude, I'm about 20 to 30 hours in. I don't think I'm close to finishing. And turns out I was wasting too much time dying from random shit because I was playing on Jedi Master. I guess I let my pride get the best of me. I ended up switching until the very, very last fight against the second sister, Trilla, and I couldn't do it. At one point, I actually had to YouTube how to beat her, and I don't know what level the streamer, whoever I was watching, was playing her on, but I ended up having to switch it to Jedi Knight. It was fucking impossible. On Jedi Master, insane. But that was one of my favorite things. You could experience the game story mode wise. You could play as Jedi Knight. I think Jedi Knight would be the perfect level of difficulty for this game, because you get to enjoy the story in the background, and you also get to enjoy the gameplay. But if you really want to challenge, Jedi Master will do just that. I did fine with it once again throughout the whole game, through every boss until the very last one. Certain bosses, it will take you a couple tries though. When I say a couple, I mean 10 to 20 times. I'm not even joking. It really does take time and sheer will. Overall, really love this game. And not to speak too soon, but I think it's going to end up being my game of the year. Definitely worth checking out. I think as a Star Wars fan, you definitely need to experience this part of the story. What I did was watch Revenge of the Sith right before I played this game, finished it. Right after I finished it, literally an hour or two after, I watched Rogue One. And it just flows so well. And it fits perfectly in this world. Just really feels like it belongs. And I think that's because just like all the other characters, just like Luke, just like Rey, just like Han, we feel like on some sort of level we can connect with them. And, I got that feeling with Cal. Just someone looking to make a difference. He wants to do right, especially by his Jedi Master. He feels like he failed him, feels like he failed himself, feels like he failed the Republic, and he just wants to make a difference. And I think he's a really interesting character, and I think he has an interesting future. I was worried that my character was going to end up dying at the end, because as we saw with Rogue One, that's what happens to them. So the fact that we never get a mention of Cal in any of the Star Wars movies made me think not only is he a brand new character, but he also has an unfortunate end. So we didn't see it in this game. So I do wonder if they're planning on making a sequel, or, what's next for this character. Either way, I'm really excited. I think everyone should check it out. I think you guys are going to have a good time. And hopefully they end up updating the glitches pretty soon. I know they've already sent out an update. I don't know what the hell it's for, because I went back to playing the game today to try and discover more of the maps and whatnot, and platinum it, and still a little glitchy. And I'll tell you what, if that's what I have to live with this game, I'll take it, because it's absolutely fantastic. Besides that, I mean, if that's that's literally my only gripe with the game. Everything else I absolutely love. So definitely check it out. Let me know what you guys thought. And that's it. That's my review for Jedi Fallen Order. Hope you guys enjoyed it.